So brand journalism is as I mentioned earlier, a relatively new role in companies, and I think it is generally kind of misunderstood and or not even understood at all. So I wonder if you could take a minute to just define what it is and explain how it differs from advertorials and other kind of sponsored communications.
Sure. I think there's definitely a lot of blurring of the lines today. You hear a lot about sponsored content, native advertising, brand journalism, corporate journalism. There's a lot of terms being thrown around. There's a lot of blurring of lines. The way we look at brand journalism is really doing news from within, and that's not necessarily, in our case, maybe a little different. That's not necessarily just about the company and flogging the company, but it's writing stories and taking a news-based approach to getting interesting behind-the-scenes stuff out there for people to see. So the way I view it is, it's approaching news from a true journalistic perspective, being transparent that you're a corporation, and putting that out for people to see and to try to influence people.
And part and parcel of that, I think, is being clear with the people that we're talking with when we're doing interviews for these stories at the reporting level. We want to be very clear with Intel employees and other people, we're functioning as journalists. That's our perspective. We're going to try to ask you critical questions. We're going to try to bring in third-party sources. And oftentimes I get questions from people internally, hey, is this going to go through the big marketing review, and can we put trademarks in all the products and things like that? Well, no, because a news organization would not do that. However, what we do have that an external journalistic organization doesn't is we have visibility and access to people within the organization. And there are oftentimes people that you'd never know about if you weren't within the confines of Intel that are very interesting and doing interesting things. So we're able to surface those stories and bring them to the attention of both our primary audience and also those in the business and tech press.